guys, Mrs. Lundeen here. Does this sound familiar? You sit through a math class and for the first time maybe in a while, you begin to understand what your teacher's talking about. You're taking notes, you're writing down the examples, and you think, I've got it. Then you get home and you start to work on the homework and it just seems like everything's a mess. Nothing's coming out the way that you thought that it should. You blame the teacher thinking that they gave you some bogus assignment that didn't have anything to do with what they talked about that day. And the teacher blames you for not paying enough attention. It's frustrating, right? Or maybe your experience goes something like this. You think that you could possibly understand what your teacher is talking about, but it's just going too fast. You catch bits and pieces and you think, okay, that makes sense, but then before you can really get it, they've moved on to something else. And you don't even attempt the homework because you didn't understand anything at all. It was just going too fast. Or maybe this is you. The lecture goes too slow. Class seems like it takes forever to get through, and the teacher's talking about things you learned years ago. You get bored and you maybe do a little bit of the homework, but it's just too frustrating. You've been doing this for years. If you can identify with any of those situations, then I'm really excited to share with you about the flipped classroom. So the idea behind the flipped classroom is that what would happen in a lecture in class happens through an online video like this one. And the work that you would do at home by yourself happens with your peers in a classroom and with your teacher there to help you. And so that's what we are embarking on here, and I am so excited because I think that it'll alleviate a lot of those frustrations that we often have in a math classroom. So here's how it works. We will start each new lesson with an online video. This video will teach you something new. It'll be on YouTube, so you'll be able to watch it at your own pace. You can pause, fast forward, rewind. The timing of that will be completely up to you. You'll take notes using a graphic organizer, and in that graphic organizer you'll write down key terms, any examples that we do, any steps or processes to solving a problem, and any questions that you have. And at the end of that, I will check those notes. Then you're ready for the practice. The practice is where you find out what you've learned from the video. You'll work on your own or possibly with some help from a friend or from your teacher. The problems are going to vary in difficulty, so I'll be able to help you kind of pinpoint what types of problems that you should focus on. And of course, I will check your work. Next, you'll move on to the activity. And this, I think, is the fun part. The activity is challenging and interesting. This is where we kind of take the skills that we developed in the practice and we figure out why those math properties work and how they work. And we really kind of dig deep into that content. You'll work either in pairs or groups to solve a complex problem. Or perhaps you could create something to demonstrate what you're learning. And I will be excited to check this part because I love talking with you guys about how well you're understanding after the activity. And then lastly is the assessment piece. And the assessment is just a 10-question quiz, kind of ranging in difficulty. Your goal for that quiz will be to get 9 out of 10 correct, so you can only miss one question. And if you accomplish that the first time, then you're ready for a new video and the process starts over. If you miss more than one, we'll figure out what it is that you're needing help with and review that and then try again. So we have the video, the practice, the activity, and the assessment. The video and the practice will be done at home or in class. The activity, for the most part, will be done in class, but there may be times that we can do those at home on your own time. The assessments will have to be done during class time. So every lesson will work in this way until we have completed all of the lessons for the unit, and then we'll take a unit assessment and then start the process again. I'm really excited. I feel like you guys are going to learn so much this way because it will be at your own pace You'll be able to kind of take control of your own learning.